Aloha and good morning. Thank you for joining me in my YouTube video today. My name is Brianne Rifermina, and today I am going to talk about God. Do you ever feel called to do something out of the ordinary? Like going out to meet people in public places or trying out a new restaurant? For me, it was quitting my full-time job as a social worker to follow God. Now wait, I'm not saying that you need to quit your full-time job or quit your whole life just to follow God, but for me, it has allowed me to focus more on Him. Similar to many other people's religious background, I was raised in a once Catholic family. I was put into private Catholic and Christian schools, and I was baptized before I could utter one word. My relationship with religion was weak because of my childhood memories, and I strayed away from Catholicism and Christianity because of that. So what suddenly changed? It was the fact that I graduated college this past May in 2023. From graduating, I was hired as a full-time social worker at my internship site that I was doing while I was during school. Having only a full-time job felt like I was set for life. It felt comfortable. I was able to focus on one thing and be able to wake up and be like, I'm going to my full-time job and that's all I have to do today. I am 23 years old. I don't have kids. I'm not married. I am in a relationship. But that mindset didn't last long because I quickly realized that my physical health was plummeting. My mental health was struggling, and my spirituality was almost non-existent. Now, the thing about my job is that I have decided to leave it to follow God and to focus more on Him because of the type of job that I was doing. The people that affected me the most in my social work job were the kids. I would understand these kids' stories, what they went through, and take it home with me. And I would be overcome with questions like, how can I help these kids? What can I do in my power to help these kids in any way that I can? And turns out I didn't have much power. As life is, you can't control other people's lives and decisions. You can only hope that they choose the right decision, choose the right path for them. So the day that I decided to quit was just a random work day for me. I was on my lunch sitting in the car eating McDonald's chicken nuggets and fries, and I was scrolling and I opened through my YouTube, and recommended on my feed was a church service from a local church here on Maui. And I've heard of this church before. It was just something that I was called to watch, and I haven't attended a physical church service in years. I've only really watched services online or just short YouTube videos about people who talk about God. It was as if God was speaking to me through this video. To summarize loosely, Pastor Hodges is what his name was. He mentioned the Isaac response. What he explained is Isaac was married to Rebecca, and they were a couple. For both of them, each alone, they were prophesied for Isaac to be the father of many, and for Rebecca, she was prophesied to be the mother of millions. For both of them to struggle to have children was hard on them. They were prophesied to be these great people who would have many descendants, many children, and be amazing leaders, and yet they could not have children. The point of the story was to show that God has a plan and you have to trust that He will fulfill it, because a lot of the times we can understand that God has created us and God has laid out a journey for us, laid out a life path for us, but do we really trust that He will lead us through that? Or do we really trust that He's with us the whole time? I was watching that video, something clicked inside of me and I started to cry. The next day after watching that video, I turned in my 2-week notice to my boss. Throughout the 2 weeks that I had left, every day that passed by, I felt lighter and lighter, and I felt closer and closer to God. I did open up to only one person about my true reason for leaving my job, and it's something to take note of when you do follow God, you do choose to follow God. Not a lot of people will be with you. Not a lot of people will support you. Be very cautious about who you open up to. And it's not to say you should hide God or you should hide your spirituality, but I noticed that my last 2 weeks of work, I noticed that the devil was pulling me back. He was allowing these kids to say things to me that wanted me to stay. These kids that have never said things like that before, they have started to say things like, "Auntie, we want you to stay. Auntie, why are you leaving?" And these kids would behave. It was as if the devil wanted me to stay. He would call me back and be like, "Well, look, but these kids are appreciating you. They are loving you." And I understand that, and I understand that, yes, these kids do appreciate me, but this is still not where I want to be. I am stuck. I am not following God. I am not putting my focus on Him. So I need to leave this job in order to do that. It's crazy how you see the devil do his work when God also does His work. So it's important to keep that in mind as you choose to follow God and focus on Him. Notice how the devil puts things where God is as well, because you need to be able to decipher who is the devil, who is God. I am now on my life journey living with the guidance of God. I have yet to become the best version that God has planned out for me to be, but I can't wait to start this life journey and bring you guys along with me. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Every Tuesday and Friday, I will be posting videos about my journey with God. Hit that subscribe button if you want to follow more of my journey, and for you to also learn about how you can follow God and how you can implement Him in your life. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye!